Now, Andrei Arlovski, the old dog, the pit bull, man, that is yet to get neutered, you know what I mean? The pit bull that's out here still biting, lockjawing down on his opposition. He fought Jake Collier. And Jake Collier, I will say, this was the most impressive fight that he lost that I think that he won in his entire career. And what I mean more by that is that Jake Collier just had the best performance of his career to date. You fought an old chiseled vet that has seen it all, and you kind of put it on him. So AJ, when one judge scores this fight 30-27 in favor of Jake Collier, then Andrei Arlovski wins a split decision, clearly something's not right. Clearly there's been a little bit of a discrepancy here. What wins the day, AJ? Timing, good jabs, popping it, you know what I mean? Doing all that good old Arlovski-esque nature, or Jake Collier landing the big bombs, the left hook, time after time after time, pushing forward, putting a pace on his opponent. What wins more than that, you know what I mean? Because in the eyes of the judges, clearly Arlovski got it. In the eyes of the fans, Collier won it. What do you think?
Man, it's overall, I'd say the Collier approach. You know, the big power, the big shots, controlling the big moments, winning the times in the fight where everybody goes, oh, you know, those ones. When you have those moments, I feel like those are the ones that win the fight. But according to the judges, it's a per fight basis, which is absolutely insane. And you can see it right there, folks, on the media scores. It's 100% Collier. And I also kind of had it that same way. I had to watch this fight back, folks. So I knew Andrei Arlovski won. So I was expecting to go into that, you know, with like, oh, okay, he's going to be piecing him up. He's going to stay in that range. Jab, jab, jab all day, head movement, get out of the way, fight the same kind of Arlovski fight. And then you go in there and you realize it's Collier being the pit bull. It's kind of crazy. It was mind blowing, the facts, because I was like, split decision. Like, all right, interesting. Let's see how this one plays out. And I don't know, man. I mean, there's definitely a case for an argument that Jake Collier won this fight. What do you think?
Yeah. No, I mean, I think it's more than an argument, brother. This is one of those where I picked Arlovski, but I didn't feel good knowing that I got the win going into the week, if that makes sense, right? So I win, so I'm happy because I'm like, my accuracy record is being maintained, right? But at the same time, it's like, oh, Jake Collier, like, come on, brother, you put on the best showing of your of up to date, I guess I should say, and then you only get half of your check. That's not a good feeling for anybody, especially because we've been doing this breakdown for so long. It's not worth the win to have a fighter get ripped off half of his check. I mean, Jake Collier, this man is going to be a real problem in the heavyweight division because the speed kills, man. It's like that middleweight muscle memory has translated truly into his heavyweight days. Would you agree with me right there? Like, obviously he's done it against the lesser opposition, but to do it against Arlovski is pretty impressive.
Very impressive, man. And you're right. The speed kills, especially when you're not fighting a vet like Arlovski that's seen that kind of speed. Then you're going to be fighting people who don't know what's happening. You don't know what you're getting hit with. And I think Collier, this is going to be one of those losing lessons from Collier that takes him really far in his career. Because for me, he didn't lose any respect. You know, he might have lost the fight, but he gained some respect in my book, and he gained a couple fans where they see this dude's a dog. He's willing to walk forward and get a little bloodied up, because at the end of that third, he was a little. I guess it's arguable who was a little bit more bloodied, but they were both pretty bloodied. Arlovski with the hell of a nose break, but Collier, man, looked good regardless.
Well, what did you make of all the headbutts, man? Or clash of heads, I guess I should say, because that was time after time. It was like they're both dipping on the same, like they're throwing, dipping, head, clash of heads, clash of heads, clash of heads. I think there was like probably at least 5 clash of heads throughout the fight. However, because it was so incidental, even the referee, Mark Smith, he was all like, brother, I can't take any points from anybody. Y'all are both dipping your head. Stop bitching and moaning. Stop dipping your head. How about that? So in a situation like this, you know headbutts and clash of heads do damage your opponent. You know what I mean? Like, whether it's intentional or not, you are getting damaged by it a little bit. So I just wonder how much that played a factor. What do you think about that?
I mean, it definitely played a factor, 100%. And I mean, if I'm in there and you keep headbutting me and the ref's not going to do anything about it, I'm going to do what Arlovski did and every single time go, you know? Like, you literally saw him, like, all right, first time he gives him, like, the headbutt, like, hey, he tells the ref, okay. Yeah. Second one, eats it again, and then third one, he goes, all right. Starts putting that head down. That's really all you can do, man. I mean, because you got to defend yourself in there. You don't want to be the one getting cracked, like we saw Kevin Holland head clash, right to the chin.
Yeah,
that's what you don't want, man. So you got to protect yourself a little bit. It was interesting though, because I feel like there should be a better way to stop that from happening. But like you said, both guys dip in their heads. What are you going to do?
I mean, it's the equivalent of both dudes keep eye poking each other because their fingers are outstretched. It's kind of the equivalent right there. So it was interesting to see. But at the end of the day, I did want to make note that it looks like Jake Collier outstruck Arlovski in rounds 1 and it was even in rounds 3, and he lost rounds 2. So it's weird because it felt like watching it that Collier was the busier fighter, landing the bigger, harder shots. I think that's what it was. Arlovski was landing well-timed shots, but Collier was landing big shots, the big moment shots. So with that being said, one more time, just to recap, folks, the lone judge that gave the 30-27, which I think was maybe not the correct score, but a better score. I think it should have been 29-28 Collier. It was Michael Bell. Doug Crosby and Sal D'Amato gave the fight to Arlovski. So take that information and do what you will with it. But I will say that was a big win by Arlovski, but no loss in stock for Collier. So we'll just put it like that.